Do you struggle with your dog's recall, constantly having to chase them and repeating commands? It's a nightmare, let's be honest. So today I'm going to show you a real life recall situation and put it to the test. Now, no dog training session is perfect, so watch us fail and then how we manage this as well. So if you missed part one where we introduced a long line and a whistle in a low distraction environment, then go back and watch that before coming to this video. So in this video, we're going to follow the same principles, but just in a busier environment. So we're going to be using the long line, a whistle, and what we call a go-get method as well. And I'll show you what that is later on in the video. What we also need to introduce is higher rewards and making us more valuable than other dogs running around and having fun. So we've got high value treats on us, and we've also got a ball which Storm loves. Now you need to find what your dog loves, whether that's affection, being physical affection, fuss, verbal praise, tug toys, anything like that that your dog loves. It's going to be really crucial in teaching 100% recall. So we want to set our dog up for success. So trying to get him to recall, Storm here, when she's chasing the ball is going to be impossible. You're setting your dog up to fail. Now eventually we do want that, but to begin with, Storm's not at that level at the moment, so we want to take it steady. What I mean by that is we're not going to ask for a recall when she's chasing after the ball or when she's chasing, running around after other dogs. We want to wait for that fixation to stop and then ask for a recall. So there, she's broke fixation, so we're going to ask for a recall now. Good girl. Yes, good girl. And we're going to pay her for that as well, because that was really good. So the moment she stopped playing was a perfect opportunity for me then to go in with a whistle and ask her to come back to me. Okay. Good girl. Yes, good girl. Another little trick as well, when I'm giving her treats, I'm not letting her have the whole treat. I've just sort of got quite a big bit of food here, and I'm kind of holding it in my thumb and I'm kind of letting her lick at it. This way I'm not giving her like 20, 30 treats in just one session. I'm just kind of allowing her to lick at it, and that is a good enough reward for her. I want to add something that's higher reward, so when she comes back to me, it's going to be the best thing ever. Introduce a ball in that, so she loves the ball. So you kind of want to set your dog up to fail. So I've pretended to throw the ball, they've all gone running. Now I'm going to call her back. Here we go. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Come on, all the way, all the way. Okay. So that time I allowed her to get distracted by pretending to throw the ball because she's a bit dumb. And then as she stopped, I kind of recalled her, gave her the opportunity to come back to me, and then I rewarded her with the ball. So I'll try and set this one up again. See if she's that silly. So again, they've gone to run for it. I'm going to call her back. Yes, good girl. Okay. And then reward her with throwing the ball. The important thing is when you're teaching a recall, you want to sort of set things up. For example, it's going to be very hard for you to teach a recall when your dog's mid-chase of a rabbit, of a cat or anything. So setting things up like this, maybe going to, like I say, a lower distraction environment, adding 1 or 2 dogs in there, and then kind of guide them to success. Trying to teach recall when they are mid-chase of a rabbit is going to be impossible, trust me. So I don't know if you can see this, but she's kind of still sniffing for the ball. I'm going to blow the whistle. Good girl. Coming straight back to me. Amazing. Yes. Good girl. So remember I spoke about last video where we kind of want to keep them into that sit position, so just make sure she is trying to look elsewhere and take the treat and run. So we want to keep her in that sit position until we break. So it's really important you introduce a break command when teaching your dog. When you ask them to sit, they stay in that sit until you give them the break command. In a real life situation, right, you've recalled your dog because something's going on in the environment that you don't want them to go after. Say there's a cat over there, you've recalled them back. You want them to get into a sit position rather than come to you, take the food, and then going back over to chase the cat that they was originally chasing. So we've got to a position where she's not really failing the recall at the moment, especially with other dogs going around. Now I have worked on this for a long time, so yours may not look like this to begin with. So no dog training is perfect, but recall needs to be perfect. It can save your dog's life, and honestly, like, you need to work on it being perfect. And even when times it doesn't work and it's not perfect, this is why the go-get method is so important. So no matter what, you blow that whistle once. If your dog doesn't listen, you need to go and get them. You can't just sort of negotiate with them and let them off, because then that recall then doesn't become 100%. So say for example now, I'll blow the whistle. She hasn't listened to me. So I'm just gonna go up to her simply, nice and calmly, grab the long line and just guide her into position. And then when I have her in position into that sit, good. So I'd still reward them in this situation simply because you don't want them coming back to you as like a negative thing. You still want to focus on you being sort of the most important thing in that situation. It's really important that it's worthwhile actually coming to you. So then next time when you do blow that whistle, she knows, oh, either way, I'm going to go and grab her. Whether she's over the other side of the field or not, I will still go and grab her and bring her back to where I called her from. Right, so we're going to level this up now. I'm going to chuck the ball and I'm going to blow the whistle. Obviously, this is more of a real life situation. For example, the ball, she loves the ball. She's obsessed with the ball. So that could be, you know, a rabbit or a cat or anything like that. Their instinct is going to be to chase that. So you want to kind of get into their mind and get them to switch off when something like that is happening, for them to turn around and look at you and look up to you for guidance on direction. So this is more advanced. Now, it's took me months to get to this position, so, and you'll see it won't be perfect. So please bear this in mind. Don't go out there and start with this straight away. I want you to work up to this. If you're still on the first stage with low distractions, stay there for as long as you need until it's 100%. See how she's not listened? So we're just going to go and grab her back, just grabbing the lead and bringing her back. So we might add in a verbal correction like or no. That might help her in sort of not chasing this thing, which could be a rabbit or fox or whatever it is. Good. And then reward her with that ball, because she loves balls more than treats sometimes. And we can give her a treat as well for that. Good girl. Another great little recall game, just to add a bit of fun to it. It's just when your dog is kind of distracted, just run in the opposite direction. Good little bit of fun. And what this teaches is, if your dog's sort of over in the other direction and not paying attention, you could run off any moment, and your dog loves being by you, right? You know, you're their owner, they love you, they associate everything good with you, hopefully. So yeah, make it a little bit of fun for them. We're gonna run this way. She hasn't noticed, we're gonna keep running. And there we go, she's turned around and notices. So recall in its simplest form is simply you being the best part of your dog's life. Your dog wanting to be with you no matter what's going on in the environment. So all the best things in their life come through you. So I've got a pocket full of treats, I've got balls, I've got everything that she loves in my pocket. All I need to do is get her to understand that that whistle sound means come to me and you're gonna have access to everything. What you don't want to do is associate that whistle noise with negative, getting angry when she doesn't listen, going and grabbing her, pulling her over. Now, I understand it can be frustrating at times, but just be calm. Just go grab the lead, bring her back. And this is why it's so important to practice things like this in an environment where it's secure and it's controlled, so she can't run off and then it becomes potentially dangerous, making it more stressful for you. So I know it's a very controversial topic, but just don't let your dog off the lead until they're 100% recall trained. Now, come to a place like this where it's a secure field, a secure environment, there's dogs running around, there's distractions, there's birds in the distance, and practice your recall. It may take months, it may take years, depending on your dog and how fast they learn. It will most likely save your dog's life in those crucial moments. Okay. Good girl.